Was none. There was none. They ran amok in the paint all over the Indiana Fever. Now, look, if DeWanna Bonner wants to show up and play basketball, that 6'4" situation in the middle of the paint would be good to possibly thwart what was just a real drubbing in the second half by the Las Vegas Aces.
Wilson has launched Caitlin Clark's latest basketball collection featuring impressive designs that are expected to sell rapidly due to high demand. Additionally, recent analysis reveals significant defensive challenges facing the Indiana Fever, particularly regarding paint protection. Despite Stephanie White's reputation as a defensive specialist, these issues remain concerning. The team's interior defense struggled notably against Aja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces during the second half, where opponents dominated the paint area completely. The Aces executed freely in the interior, overwhelming the Indiana Fever throughout that period.
Friday, and look, at the end of the day, sometimes the amount of content I put out, I'm just gonna crash, and it'll take a few days to recover from a crash. So I do want to apologize for that. But yeah, let's take a look at some of this stuff right here. Apologies about the black screen. But all of these have been aggregated from the Clark Season Twitter account. So, if you guys have not seen,
Dana Evans' presence and participation would provide valuable assistance, as her 6'4" frame could potentially address the interior struggles that resulted in a devastating second-half performance by Las Vegas. Clark enters her sophomore WNBA season, having already transformed women's basketball and sports overall. Clark's Wilson Basketball Signature Collection introduces 4 fresh additions to the line that initially debuted in September. Clark joins Michael Jordan as the only athletes featuring complete basketball collections through Wilson. This exclusive partnership demonstrates her unique market position.
We all know Caitlin Clark is in her second year in the WNBA. She's already changed the landscape of women's basketball, women's sports. Let's keep it real. Now, Caitlin Clark's signature line of Wilson basketballs is here with 4 new additions. The line originally released the first editions of her custom basketball in September 2024. Clark and Michael Jordan are the only athletes with full basketball collections from Wilson.
During the current season, Clark maintains nearly 20 points per contest alongside 5.4 rebounds and 8.9 assists. Her statistics show improvement across most categories, though total rebounds and field goal percentage have decreased slightly. These represent the primary areas where she faces current challenges. The new basketball models include the Evo NXT Embrace design, featuring an attractive appearance. The WNBA Oasis model offers another distinctive option. The Envision version presents an appealing gray and red color combination that catches attention. Wilson also produces a similar design incorporating blue coloring called the Aspire model. The blue version represents the Envision, while the red variant is the Aspire model.
like, Wilson have obviously done a really good job of promoting Caitlin Clark. And, like, a big reason why, as here, Caitlin Clark's favorite color is blue. Outside the gym, she's happiest being on the water or a golf course. She says the same thing to teammate Aaliyah Boston before every single game, which is, I'm guessing, yeah. Light blue is also shaded blue, looser pattern on the Envision and outdoor ball.
The Indiana Fever-themed basketball appears available for purchase after initial releases sold out immediately upon launch. Another Caitlin Clark jersey retirement commemorative basketball shows as unavailable, having reached sold-out status quickly as expected. Clark continues dominating the landscape while the WNBA appears reluctant to acknowledge her impact fully. The league's treatment of Clark on court raises safety concerns, representing unprecedented behavior in professional sports commentary.
Think about that a minute. We keep trying to tell folks, but, you know, hey, keep on. Yeah, me bounds too. As for her 2025 season, Clark is averaging nearly 20 points per game this season, 5.4 rebounds, 8.9 assists. By the way, she is up in every category except she is down a little bit. And I was just looking at this. She's down a little bit on total rebounds.
Recent games have proven difficult for Indiana, involving more than consecutive losses. The team has surrendered fourth-quarter advantages in back-to-back contests, creating intense scrutiny around Clark's performance struggles. The Fever appears inconsistent during final periods. Earlier season fourth-quarter collapses reveal the team's identity crisis and lack of clear basketball philosophy. Despite employing a defensively focused coach intended to establish defensive culture, results remain inadequate. Clark has expressed frustration about playing at reduced tempo, stating she prefers faster-paced gameplay. Forcing deliberate pace with Clark seems counterproductive strategically.
At first glance, it looks like a maze, but it's really the words dream big. And if that phrase is also on the Aspire, indoor-outdoor court ball, the first appears to be white or gray. When the sunlight, however, in phrases dream big, keep going, and you're going to be amazing because you are amazing. So they literally have the like the phrase that Caitlin Clark says to Aaliyah Boston, which is just objectively a good thing.
Clark averages 15 points across recent contests, yet clearly appears different from her typical performance level. Known for exceptional three-point shooting, she has connected on only 1 of 17 attempts from beyond the arc while committing 14 turnovers recently. Some speculation involves sinus infections or illness, though professional athletes typically perform through minor ailments, as demonstrated by Michael Jordan's legendary flu game performance. Consideration exists regarding potential quad injury recurrence that previously sidelined her for 5 games. Three-point shooting struggles occurred before her initial absence. While such injuries may not affect driving or mid-range shooting, they significantly impact deep shooting where leg strength proves crucial.
Her field goal percentage is down too. So that's the two areas that she's struggling right now. This is the new balls. Evo NXT Embrace. NXT, is this the WWE? Which is that ball right there, right here. That's a cool ball. The WNBA Oasis, which is that ball. The Envision, which is a ball I may end up ordering because
Perhaps Clark is simply experiencing normal shooting struggles, though Stephanie White fails to ensure Clark receives adequate ball handling opportunities during fourth quarters. Clark should control possession during crucial final periods. Clark has accepted responsibility for recent defeats and late-season difficulties, which demonstrates appropriate leadership. The team's success appears heavily dependent on Clark's individual performance, revealing that roster additions have not produced expected improvements.
Objectively a good thing to see. And it is not only celebrating Caitlin Clark, but celebrating her teammate as well. Who, by the way, Aaliyah Boston has been unbelievable this year. Like, we have to be very clear with that. Aaliyah Boston's been fantastic. Like, we are not, and I mean not, going to be out here talking about how about how this team is just Caitlin Clark, because Aaliyah has been absolutely fantastic in my opinion.
Clark's shooting slump generates attention, but other significant problems exist. Interior defense presents major concerns. Since May 28th, Indiana has allowed the highest paint scoring at 39.1 points per game across 9 contests. This period corresponds with Clark's absence due to left quad strain after facing New York on May 24th. Previously, Indiana permitted only 30.1 paint points through 4 games, ranking 3rd best league-wide before the injury.
I like that gray with the red. I like it. I like it a lot. And then this Wilson, this is basically same design, only with blue. The Aspire. Or actually, this is the Envision. They got these backward. Okay, the Envision is the blue one, and the Aspire is the red one. So, am I going colorblind? I feel like I am. By the way, I'm fixing to order this Fever one. Now that I think you can actually...
The team now surrenders 9 additional paint points per game, creating devastating results. Clark's return has not resolved these interior issues, indicating problems unrelated to her presence. These difficulties stem from interior defensive breakdowns rather than Clark's performance. Indiana ranks among the top 5 teams in opponent fast break scoring at 10.8 points, meaning approximately 75% of interior damage occurs during half-court possessions. This interior defensive weakness was evident against against Las Vegas as a 5-point halftime lead disappeared. 28 of the Aces' 53 second-half points, 52.8% originated from paint scoring. Typically, Las Vegas generates only 36% of total scoring from interior positions, indicating marked improvement against Indiana's defense.
But obviously, Clark pointed a picture for her in Boston on the bench. It was on the design team planning whiteboard. We'll get her a free basketball. She'll love it. I'm going to put it in her locker. And take the Oasis ball, which can be used indoors and outdoors. Her favorite color is blue. She likes pastels, and her happy places are water and golf course. So the panels of the Oasis ball are white and light blue, and the light blue panels have what looks like a pink and green splash of paint, but it's actually an abstract drawing of a golf course. Wow.
Las Vegas achieved their highest single-half paint scoring total of the season, with 28 second-half points against Indiana. Jackie Young and Agile Wilson exploited these defensive weaknesses effectively. Interior problems persist even with Dana Evans playing alongside Natasha Howard. Both players appear slow in age during competition. Michaela Timmons receives insufficient playing time despite potential contributions. The team lacks energy sustainability, starting games energetically through first and second quarters before declining as contests progress. Veteran players appear to struggle with mobility issues as games advance.
Get it? Because when all these came out, you could forget about it. You couldn't get shit. And I noticed this one right here, this Caitlin Clark Iowa jersey retirement. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked down and saw sold out, and I thought, of course it is. Of course, there's no chance of getting it. Jesus. So I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to at least shine some light on it. She continues to dominate this.
Howard and Evans move sluggishly during extended play, while Evans remains unavailable frequently, compounding problems. 9 games of poor interior defense establishes concerning patterns rather than temporary struggles. Teams can consistently exploit Indiana's paint defense for easy scoring opportunities. If opposing teams improve their interior finishing ability, Indiana might struggle to secure victories without addressing these fundamental defensive issues.
Wow. So I'm guessing these are the two ones, the 2 lower ones. You're going to be amazing because you are amazing, written on the basketballs, which is this one maybe. I have no idea what is what, which ball is which. I have no idea exactly which ball is which, if we're being honest. But yeah, and obviously, whenever I do something, I want to make the best product possible.
Wilson Sporting Goods has launched a comprehensive basketball collection featuring Caitlin Clark, representing what many industry observers consider the most successful collaboration between the WNBA star and any sporting equipment manufacturer. While Clark has previously been associated with various custom basketball designs, this marks the first complete product line dedicated to her brand and personal preferences. Among the numerous corporate partnerships involving the Indiana Fever guard, Wilson's approach has garnered particular praise from marketing analysts and basketball enthusiasts. The company's strategy differs significantly from other brands' methods, focusing on authentic storytelling rather than flashy promotional tactics.
This whole thing, the league, the WNBA continues to act like she doesn't. And of course, they're willing to put her at harm's risk on the court. It's the weirdest thing I've ever even heard of in all these years I've been talking about sports. What the league does to Caitlin Clark is unlike anything I've ever seen and or heard of. So, it's been a rough past couple of games for the Indiana Fever. It's not simply
The new basketball collection reflects extensive research into Clark's personal interests and habits. Product development teams discovered that her preferred color is blue, and she finds peace and happiness spending time on water or golf courses when away from basketball courts. These insights directly influence the design elements incorporated throughout the product line. One standout feature involves the integration of personal team dynamics into the basketball designs. The collection includes basketballs inscribed with the exact phrase Clark tells teammate Aaliyah Boston before every game, demonstrating how individual relationships translate into product storytelling. This approach celebrates not only Clark herself, but also acknowledges the contributions of her teammates, particularly Boston, whose exceptional performance throughout the season has been widely recognized.
For people, but I also feel like this is an easy way for me to connect with my fans. Clark's about the process of being so involved in the design process. I wanted to feel very personal for them too, then connect with me not just by watching me on TV or coming and buying a ticket to the game, which is very, very interesting. But again, it's like, oh, this is the commercial. Ooh, there's a commercial. Simply Caitlin, always basketball. Like, that is the, like, what they have done is absolutely perfect.
The design philosophy behind these basketballs incorporates multiple layers of meaning. What initially appears as maze-like patterns on certain models actually represents the phrase "dream big" when examined closely. Other models feature motivational text including "keep going" and "you're going to be amazing because you are amazing," directly referencing the encouraging words shared between teammates. Product specifications reveal thoughtful attention to both form and function. The Oasis model, designed for both indoor and outdoor use, features white and light blue panels reflecting Clark's color preferences. The light blue sections contain what appears to be abstract paint splashes, but actually represent stylized golf course imagery, connecting to her recreational interests outside basketball.
2 losses in consecutive fashion, Indiana has surrendered fourth quarter leads in back-to-back games, drawing the white-hot spotlight onto a struggling Caitlin Clark. They feel like a horrible fourth quarter team. I mean, seriously. I think they lost a game earlier in the year in the fourth quarter. Just gave it up. And that's when you really start feeling the...
Wilson's development process emphasized collaboration with Clark throughout the design phases. Rather than simply licensing her name, the company involved her directly in creative decisions, ensuring each product element felt authentic and personal. This approach aimed to create genuine connections between Clark and her fan base beyond traditional game attendance or television viewing. The marketing campaign accompanying this product launch has received widespread acclaim for its sophisticated approach. Rather than relying on elaborate production values or celebrity endorsements, Wilson created a commercial focusing purely on basketball fundamentals and emotional connection to the sport.
In terms of like how they marketed Caitlin, Wilson's done a perfect job of this. Just in case copyright music comes on.
When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
Chant of defense by the Clark fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Feet on the hardwood, basketball in hand, guiding you.
The promotional video opens with the tagline, "Simply Caitlin, always basketball," establishing the central theme that resonates throughout the campaign. The commercial strips away external noise and distractions, focusing instead on the pure joy and passion that initially drew Clark to basketball as a child. Visual elements include game footage showing Clark's signature deep three-point attempts, emphasizing her fearless playing style and willingness to take challenging shots. The commercial connects these professional moments with the foundational experiences that shaped her love for the game, creating an emotional bridge between her current success and childhood dreams.